Yeah, good morning, boys. All of you stand up. Say the prayer. Good morning, boys. Sit down, all of you. If it stops, yeah, go.
Stand up. Normally, where you are standing, stand up.
Okay. Yesterday we have started the new chapter called as a Quit India, Quit India, Leave India and Go. This is the meaning of Quit India movement. It is a page number 85 in your textbook. Page 85 in your textbook. The reason behind the Quit India movement is nothing but the Indians have got the opportunity to have independence. So, in the 1939, there was a war started in the European countries called as Germany, Poland, Britain, and France. So, the Britain and France, they were the friends of Poland and enemy of Germany. So, why the Second World War started is nothing but some of the parts of Poland which belongs to Britain as well as France have been occupied by the German troops. And the occupation of Germany is led to that is the immediate cause of a Second World War. So, in the year 1939, Germany occupied Poland. Germany occupied Poland. So, Poland was a friend, or in the Poland we have two places, important places which are Poland is the place where the Britain and the France is administrating. So, France and Britain, they went to aid Poland. They went to support Poland against the Germany. So they aided means supporting, aided Poland and waged a war against Germany. So the Britain people did not inform the soldiers or the INC. Britain did not inform I and C members and went into the war. Because of this reason, INC members, some of the members did not like that intervention or initiation in the war. So they wanted to resign. They have started resigning because the British people did not give us any dominion or any promise that they are going to give us a special country or freedom. Even though they did not give, we are supporting. But later on what happened, they did not ask us, the British people did not ask the INC people that they are going into the war. Then what happened? You people did not give us any freedom and so on, did not give us any dominion of a country, but you have initiated in the war, you have gone into the war and so on. That is the reason we are going to resign our portfolios in the INC. So, Britain having a happiness. Why? Many of the people have resigned, and we can have our own interest. We can do our wish. That is the main concept. And moreover, the Muslim League people, they were very happy that they started supporting the British people in the war against in the Second World War and so on. Why? Because they have promised that when Muslim League to the Muslim League members, the British people have promised that they are going to have a separate nation. They have given the promise that they are going to have a separation of country because Muslim League wanted to have a separate country from India. So that is nothing but called as a Pakistan. If you see the every word, every what do you call letter of Pakistan, that is having the different areas. Pakistan, P-A-K, okay. So in this word, in the term Pakistan, we have different areas are there. First one is Punjab, Afghanistan, next we have another thing is that Afghanistan is nothing but northwest frontier of India. Northwest frontier means if you observe the India is like this. This is called as a northwest. Northwest frontier will be in the Pakistan. Next one is the Kashmir. Next one is the Kashmir. Next K means Kashmir, and last one is Sindh. Kashmir, Sindh, and last one is Balochistan. Combination of all these provinces, the British people have promised that Muslim League people that they are going to give them as a special status, state called or a country called as a Pakistan. So, because of that reason, Muslim League people have supported British people, even though they have celebrated since the British people and the Muslim League people, British people and Muslim League people, they have celebrated that they are going to have their own country, a special country, and so on. So, let me read those things to you. Page number 85. In the July 1937, the Congress formed ministers in the United Provinces, central provinces like Orissa, Bihar, Madras, and Mumbai or Bombay. Later, Assam and Northwest Frontier also came under the Congress rule. The resignation of Congress ministers in October and November in 1939 had many implications. So, what are the implications? Viceroy Linlithgow felt very happy because he is the viceroy at the time of Quit India movement to India. Okay, he felt very happy. Why? Because Congress ministers had resigned in several provinces. So, if because no, the ministers of INC or belongs to different provinces of India. Throughout India, we got what you call ministers. Nearly we got nearly 386 people were there throughout India. We got ministers, and some other ministers have resigned. So Linlithgow was very happy that he could able to have a power on the particular provinces. So he can overcome or he can override the provinces and so on. That is why he is so happy. because the ministers of some important provinces have been resigned from the INC. Next thing is that the ministers in Punjab, Bengal, and Sindh did not resign to win the government's goodwill. See, I'm going to explain a small with example. In your classroom, somebody is doing good in all spheres, not only education, but also extracurricular activities, sports and games, whatever it may be. So, one of you did not like that, achievements and development of a particular person. So, what he is going to do? He is just going to drag him down by reporting something else. In the same way, in order to get the goodwill, some of us are having one habit that I don't know, from LKG onward we have that habit to give reports, complaints, in order to get the goodwill from the teacher. So if I give more complaints on the others, I may get goodwill from the teacher. It is the same thing happened. Some of the provinces, the ministers did not resign in order to get the goodwill from the government. Goodwill means support from the government. So they did not resign the jobs, resign the ministries and so on. Some of the INC members, especially the Punjab, Bengal, and Sindh region, Sindh provinces, they did not resign their post and so on. Next, Muslim League was jubilant. They celebrated. They have celebrated over the resignation of Congress ministers and offered its friendship to British government or British friendship. It celebrated the day when the Congress minister resigned it as a day of deliverance and thanksgiving. So they were very happy that they have celebrated, because many of those ministers have resigned from the INC, and these people got some support from the British people. So they were very happy, and they have celebrated day of Thanksgiving and so on. So this is what the implications of ministers, those who resigned after resignation of ministers. A change came in the attitude of the Muslim League and Jinnah after the elections of 1937 and formulation of the Congress ministers in the provinces. Jinnah and other leaders of League proclaimed that Muslim could not accept any justice from the hands of Congress. So, after resignation, after the Muslim League became so strong and so on, the main founder of Muslim League is nothing but Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Okay, so he became so strong by the support of Muslims in throughout India. They wanted to have a separate nation, and they have said that, but we don't want any support from the Congress. We don't want to have a support from the Congress hereafter. We want to have a separate organization that is called as Muslim League. And moreover, they say that here next chapter in 1940, 7 years before of independence. Okay, 7 years before the independence, they said that when in the 1940, the Muslim League passed a resolution demanding the partition of the country. Demanding the partition of the country, separation from the India to another country. Okay, separation of India into two parts. So, and creation of a state called Pakistan. The name Pakistan was derived from the letters of the provinces and the communities. So, what are the provinces? See here, that the new country would comprise consisting of Punjab, P for Punjab, Afghanistan is nothing but northwest frontier, and Kashmir, Sindh, and Baluchistan. So all these things, all these provinces will come together as a new country called as a Pakistan. Any other doubts, children, in this explanation? Yes, dear. Entire India was conquered by British people. But the Muslim League people wanted to have a separate, what is called, because in the northwestern side of India, it is covered with the Muslim countries only, Islam countries only, Arab countries, you can say. So that is why they want to have a separate nation. And we have another country is there, eastern side of India, which is nothing but called as East Bengal. Today we are calling it as Bangladesh. You know that one? We have yes, we have another countries, another Muslim country we have, eastern side of India, okay, which is the southern side of Burma and so on, which is called as Bangladesh. Okay, so why it was created, we have a story is that after our independence, some other people some other Islam people, they did not want to go to Pakistan or they did not want to stay in India. So they were in the midst of the way. They were in the no man's land. They cannot go to Pakistan or they cannot come into the India. So they were in the no man's land. They were in the midst of the way. So they went to Nehru for the sake of justice. What we have to do? What we have to do? Because they are not allowing us to get into Pakistan or we cannot stay in India because we are separated from India. We are going to Pakistan, but they are not allowing us to get into the Pakistan. So what shall we do now? What we will do? Then Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru gave the area which is nothing but East Bengal. Which is nothing but East Bengal. Today we are calling it as Bangladesh. It is nothing but called as East Bengal. So,
Before they also called as East Pakistan also.
no, East Bengal.
Before
Yes, of course, East Pakistan. Because before the name was given to that particular area, Bangladesh, it was called as East Pakistan. Okay, West Pakistan and East Pakistan. Right? Yeah.
Because in your the Bangladesh was split.
Yeah. These people.
Sir, you told after the independence they went to Bangladesh.
Yeah.
For that, like Pakistan also.
It is a part of India.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, of course. Because Bangladesh was divided because of this reason only. Because of this reason only that was divided. Okay. In order to make a separate country for the people. These are nothing but called as the refugees. Refugees. They want to stay. They want to have a shelter. That is why it is called as a refugee country. It is Bangladesh. Understood? Yes. Lloyd.
You told us that Jawaharlal Nehru told you that
Yeah.
for whole life or till
999 years only they have to have the rule. Afterwards, if the India gave permission to have a separate nation, they will be having a separate country. Okay. How many of you know that we have a CMS Central is there in Badilipalam, right?
Yes, sir. RTC.
What used to be there in the particular area? RTC
RTC.
hospital used to be there. Hospital used to be there. But that RTC gave the permission to have a shopping mall for 99 years. They have given lease. Okay. In that place, we used to have a hospital for the RTC employees and so on. Right? In the same way, we also have in the same thing. Am I clear, children? Any other doubts? Yeah. Now we are moving on to the Cripps mission. Yeah, I forgot one sentence, I think so. Yeah. Jinnah proclaimed that the division of India into two autonomous states was the only solution to the Indian problem. So there is only solution they have found that if the Indian people gave us a separate nation, then only that problem will be solved. Otherwise, it's still going on. Fights are going on. The commotion, violence is going on in entire western part and northern side part of India. Also, they used to have a massacre, killing of people because they have created a lot of chaos before the independence and so on. They want to have a special country. So, Gandhiji, Nehru, they have decided, actually Gandhiji did not want to have a separation. But because of violence, he has to agree that time to have a partition. So, next we are moving on to the Cripps mission. We have got that much not in the what you call August also we don't have. Actually, if you know the August what you call report, in the 1940 we'll have a clear-cut idea about the why we got in August 15th 1947. I'm going to read out and just look into that matter. Yeah, children, any other doubts in this what you call quick India movement up to this? Yeah, please. Somebody having a doubt? Yeah. Yeah, you have a doubt? If they wanted to mingle with India, they are welcome to mingle. Otherwise, they can rule. That what you call lease will be renewal. Okay. For example, here there are so many examples to take to give also. For example, all of you know Sri Chaitanya College, right? Sri Chaitanya College, all of you know that one, right? Everywhere except Vijayawada, Nelluru, Hyderabad, they don't have a permanent offices and permanent colleges. They will take for lease or rent. Okay. After the rent, that lease is over, they just leave the place and go away. Understood, right? So, in the same way, if they wanted to continue their government, they can continue, or they can mingle with India. They are very welcome. Understood? Yes.
Sir, if we take this, we have to pay money for sir. Will Bangladesh should pay India, sir?
No, because they are refugees. Actually, we are not taking any amount from the Bangladesh because they are refugees. We should not take any money from the refugees. Understood? They are not paying at all. Okay?
The same thing with Pakistan.
No, Pakistan is a separate nation. They were divided, but we are given as a lease. They have gone their own country, but we are given the lease. For example, I am going to tell you that. Okay. I am having one acre of land. If I have this 1 acre of land, I want to give on lease half acre, and half will be mine. The half acre is given for the lease, and half is with me. So, because they have given lease or rent, they are going to pay me wage or equal the amount. But here, I won't take any money, I won't give any money to anyone because that is my own, like a Pakistan. So, take this one as a Pakistan and this is as a Bangladesh. Am I clear, children, this one? Yeah? Yes. August of, I'm going, yeah, Sandeep.
Sir, you don't know, sir, Jawaharlal Nehru have given the
Yeah.
name, sir. But after that, Pakistan had declared as the Pakistan declared.
Of course, they have because it is a Muslim country. We are treating them as a refugees, but they are treating them as their own people.
But that time, in Bangladesh also some freedom fighters are there.
Of course, they are there, but they are not that much powerful like Indians. Even though they have Muslim people are there, they are separate from India. Okay, so they are If they wanted to come to India, they were welcome to come, but they did not come. They want to settle in the Bangladesh and East Pakistan.
Sir, after that, Indira Gandhi had given them weapons and the war had
But we don't know about that one because that is not belongs to our country. Even though they have rebels will be there, rebels will be punished. They have punished the rebels and so on. What that is a different matter. Okay. After independence, I am saying before independence, I am saying this one. Okay. August offer. What is the August offer? Let us see in the textbook page number 86. Here only, yeah. Okay, fine. A change of government took place in Britain. A change of government took place in Britain in the year 1940. Remember this, children. This is very, very important. With this, we got a chance to have our own independence. Why it has happened? There is a change in government in Britain in the year 1940. So then what happened here? Who came? Who was the Prime Minister there? Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was become the Prime Minister, and Emery took over the Secretary of the State for India. War situation in Europe was worsened, become worst. The condition was very worse in Britain and especially European countries. So, the fall of France and the danger of Nazi occupation of Britain temporarily softened the hard stance of Congress. On June 1st, 1940, Gandhiji declared, "We do not seek our independence out of Britain ruin." So, Winston Churchill came as become a prime minister in Britain, and by that time, when the Winston Churchill annexed the power or taken the prime ministership in England, the country's situation is very worst because the German troops have occupied France, which is a friend of Britain, and friend of Britain as well as a friend of Poland also. So, when the France was under the clutches of Germany, and it started to occupy Britain also. See here. In 1940, Churchill was the Prime Minister of Britain. Okay, fine. So, by that time he became a Prime Minister. The condition of Britain was, so not only Britain, European countries. The condition of situation of European countries become worse. Condition is in European countries is worse. Why? The German troops occupied France and Poland. This is a clear condition. Okay, so he made some of the rules and regulations soft towards the India. Why he made the softness in order to have a hard to soft? He made it is soft things. Why he is having that? In order to get the support from India. In order to get the support from India, he made certain principles as a soft in order to get the support from India, so that the Indian army will participate and support Britain. support this what do you call red-nosed monkey. So this is what happened. Then, but Gandhiji has given one statement. We don't want any freedom. We don't want our freedom on the ruins of Britain. We don't want any freedom because they are coming like a cunning fox and they are asking to support Britain in the Second World War. And they are saying that one, they are going to give us a freedom. But Gandhi said, we don't want our freedom on the ruins. Ruins means collapsing Britain. We don't want that one because already we have the India have been collapsed by the British people. Hereafter, we don't want any freedom because already we have in the ruined condition. We don't want to have that kind of ruined Britain. We don't want to have. We want to have our own perfect, what do you call, exact India, what we are. We need a freedom. We need freedom, that's all. We don't want any special dominion. We don't want anything. If you give permission, if you give the, what do you call, chance to have a government, we don't want to have because we need our people to rule ourselves. Not you people, you British people. We don't want anything. That was a statement given by Gandhiji in the 1941. So the war is going on very fast. What do you call? The British have been occupying the British country have been occupying by the Germany. So by that time, Germany occupied half of the Britain. Then Churchill gave a statement. This one we are going to give a freedom. Then Gandhi said, no. We don't want our freedom because your country is ruining. We don't want to have our freedom. Even though you give us freedom, we don't want. Gandhi said, why he said this? International compulsions forced the British government and British Indian government to seek some settlement or understanding with the Commons. So, Winston Churchill, see how the cunning people are there, still they are having a cunningness. Other European countries force Britain to give freedom to India. That is where they are giving a freedom to India. Other countries of Europe are forcing, other European countries are forcing the British people to give freedom to every country which the British people have occupied. To every country they want to give a freedom. It was a force by the European countries. So that what will happen? So that they are going to take those support from other countries, those who are occupied by the Britain people, in order to save Britain. Not the Indians and so on. In order to save Britain only, all these things will happen. Understood, children? Any other doubts? Jagan Venkatesh, yes, Tanuj? Of course. Yeah. One example I'm going to do. You are traveling in a bus. You are traveling on a bus. Remember, a small example. The ticket cost is 10 rupees. But we have in your purse is 5 rupees. Beside you, your foe is there. Foe means he's not a friend, he's a foe, enemy. Will you ask some permission? I'm going to give you some amount, I'm going to pay the interest for this 5 rupees and so on. You say, and you'll take the 5 rupees from him to reach your goal. Am I clear? In the same way, the British people also wanted to save themselves. They are taking the support of other countries which they have occupied. Am I clear, Tanuj? Yeah. Children, Britain having a entire world they have occupied except Arctic and Antarctica. They have occupied all nations except Arctic and Antarctic because they could not able to live in the particular two continents because they are full of snow and so on. Okay, they have a colonies in South Africa, North America, South America, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Singapore, India, eastern part of China, Russia. Australia is a prison to the British people. New Zealand. So all these countries have been colonized by the British people. You know, what is the meaning of kangaroo? Any one of you? Yes, of course. The word kangaroo means I don't know. I don't know. Actually, what happened? Mr. James Cook is a founder of Australia. All of us know that one. James Cook. He was a traveler. He used to travel by ships and so on. Ships, not sheep, ships. Okay, fine. On that day, on the fine day, he has traveled to eastern side of India, far away in Pacific Ocean or southern China Sea. Can be called as both names. China Sea or eastern part of Pacific Ocean is one. So he has on fine day morning he has found one great huge amount of landscape and he wanted to land into the particular what you call vast landform. He has seen that native people and he also has seen that what you call that living fossil. Kangaroos can be called as the land of living fossils, nothing but Australia. Okay, all of us know that one, right? Land of living fossils. So that James Cook went and asked the particular native person by showing it this animal. What is that animal? Kangaroo. They said kangaroo. And what the real meaning of kangaroo is nothing but we don't know. There is a meaning of word kangaroo in the native language of Australia. But the name for the animal came as a kangaroo. The land of living fossils is called as a Australia. Okay, children, fine. I just went away from the topic and I'll be coming back again. Okay, sometimes it happens like this. In order to, some of the people don't know what is the meaning of kangaroo also. Am I clear? Yeah. So, by force, Britain started to give freedom to every nation, every colonized country, the freedom by force of European countries. Here, the international compulsions means forcing. Okay, force the British government and the British Indian government to seek some settlements. Settlements means supports, not the rowdies settlements and so on. Supporting. Settlements means living areas. So, okay, fine. So, our understanding with the Congress on 8th August 1940, on the eve of Battle of Britain, Lord Linlithgow, the Viceroy made a new offer known as the August offer. The Congress rejected the offer because the minorities, especially Muslim League, were assured that no constitutional scheme would be acceptable to the government unless until it was agreed by the minorities. The Muslim League did not accept that offer. The Muslim League did not accept that offer as it did not give clear assurance for the establishment of Pakistan. So, they are having a negotiation with the government of Britain and INC and Muslim League. Negotiation between whom? Britain Viceroy called as a Lord Linlithgow, INC and the Muslim League. So basically Indians did not like the offer. did not like that offer. And even though the Muslim League is supporting the people, what you call Britain people, these people also did not accept it. Why? Because this person did not give any assurance about Pakistan. That is why this Muslim League also rejected by the office of is being rejected by the Pakistan, what you call Muslim League also. So this is about, because if you don't know about this one, about August what you call offer, we could not move on to the other topics also. Yes, right.
Yeah, the international conferences, both the British government is international.
Yes, of course.
Here, who are the international conferences?
Compulsions means European countries, all the European countries, because no, Britain having a friendship with the France. Okay, that is yeah. Once upon a time, there was a great powers in the world. Today we are having a USA and USSR. Sorry, Russia, not USSR. It is Russia. Today we are having a big powers. But in those days, Britain and France and Germany was the supreme powers in European countries. But today we are having around the world, we have a USA and Russia. Don't call it as a USSR. It is no more. USSR is no more. We are calling it as only the. But once upon a time, before 1991, we used to call it as a USSR, United Soviet Socialist Republic. But afterwards, what happened? Become a parts. Become a parts. Yes, Manohar, any doubt? Yeah. Let us know what is the causes. Causes for the, time is up. Still there is time is there. Still more time is there. I think 20 minutes are there. Yeah? 10 minutes, okay, fine. Are you getting bored? Ashwan? I want to see your face when you are covering everything. Okay, fine. Yeah, one thing is that why you are wearing mask when you're coming to the outside, it is not the safety, not only the safety of us, but also safety of others also. Am I clear? Because I may create some kind of a problem to you. That is why you are wearing mask. But if I wear this mask, I have to shout. My throat will go away. Okay, that is why I am removing this one. Sorry to say that one. Okay, if I wear this mask, I can't express my views and my ideas and so on freely. That is why I'm actually, my teaching, right? I used to come to each and everyone. But why I'm standing here? Not only this one, not only the camera and so on, because I want to make something which is not harm to you. Am I clear? So that is why I hate this mask. But actually, if you don't wear the mask, our headlines will go away. In the sense, we'll be out. Okay, fine. Causes for the TRIPS mission. Sorry, Quit India movement. First thing is the TRIPS mission. What is a TRIPS mission? Yeah. Yes, children, in this remaining chapter, we having. I'm going to clear-cut explain. I'll explain you this one. TRIPS mission, failure of TRIPS mission, Japanese threat, Quit India resolution, not Quit India movement, resolution only, and impact of Quit India movement. That's all. Am I clear? Yeah. And after we'll go for the chapter. Yeah, boys. Yeah.
Britain government is not that, sir.
No. Only the causes, impact, failure of TRIPS mission. But usually you should know that one. See, the great person called as Ambedkar's life also have been deleted from our syllabus in the last chapter. Okay, and important opinions also have been deleted from the syllabus. Reduced, not deleted, reduced. Okay, TRIPS mission. What is a TRIPS mission? Who is he? Actually, not who am I, who is he? With the Japanese army rapidly advancing towards India. What happened? Japan people are coming in war, advancing towards India to occupy India. See, I have a doubt. I have a doubt. Why the Japan people wanted to occupy India? Why Japan people wanted to occupy India? What is the reason? Any one of you know that one? Yeah, Surya. Yes, of course. One is correct.
They have more manpower, sir.
they can loan from India also.
Okay. Yeah, my answer is they don't like white people. They don't like the Europeans. Yeah, belongs to Asian, right? Asians, yeah. They don't like Europeans. Moreover, they wanted to destroy USA, Britain, and so on. Because they have occupied entire world, they wanted to occupy India, which is ruled by the country. Because the British people have colonized every country of the world, they have destroyed the economy of every country of the world. They wanted to occupy India, which is the biggest market, biggest richest mineral area of Britain. They wanted to occupy. So the Britain people have got some kind of threat from Japan that they are forwarding, they are advancing in war and to occupy India. So by seeing this situation, by seeing this, situation, Britain people have opened their eyes. Britain government have opened their eyes and so on. Yeah, yeah. With the Japanese army rapidly advancing towards India, it became necessary for the British to break political deadlock in India. So, what they wanted to do is nothing but they wanted to break, in the sense they wanted to not destroy, they wanted to stop the deadlock, in the sense they wanted to stop some kind of policies, hard policies which are there in India, in order to get the support from the Indian people. So,
She's from
pardon?
she's from it's
Trips is from Britain. Yeah, we are going to have the next one. Next line only we'll have. Okay. Churchill announced in March 1942 that Sir Stafford Cripps, a member of War Cabinet, would go to India and consultation with the all parties. The Cripps mission proposed the following constitutional reforms. You got the answer, Praveen? Yeah. So then the Prime Minister of Britain opened his eyes and he sent his own member, War Cabinet member, Sir Stafford Cripps, to go to India and consult, have a negotiation with the Indian parties. All parties, not only one, all parties, he has to meet and he has to consult with everyone to get the support from the Indian people. So, why he wanted to get the support? In order to save India. He wanted to save India, so Winston Churchill sent Stafford Cripps to India to have a negotiation with all parties. There is also a selfish motive. In order to save India, not the Britain. In order to save India means in order to save the market of Britain. Why I am saying always market? What is the meaning of market? Where the buyings and sellings are going on, right? It is called as a market. Am I clear? So, before this one, there was a great revolution was there in England. Why this is great? I'm just going away from this topic because the riches and the wealth and raw materials have been taking away or exporting from India to Britain, and they are developing their own industries. What about the native raw material? What about the native? In the sense, England people, those who have given the raw material, the industries. What about them? Because everything is taken away, taken from India only. They are importing, they are exporting from India and they are importing in England. So what about their native people, native peasants, native workers? So there was a great revolt is there in England. Because of that reason, whatever the goods which were produced in industries of England, they started from exporting to England to importing in India with a cheaper rate. Because of that reason, Indian industries, small scale industries have been destroyed. And India become a market. India become a market for British goods.
When they exported from here and imported
Yeah, exporting means raw material have been exported from here. They made some goods, clothes, and everything. Okay, and from that area they have exported those goods to India. We are importing here. Yeah. That is why I'm saying no, with the cheaper rate, comparing to India, Indian goods, those goods are very cheaper. Because of that reason only our industry have been gone to just
raw materials.
raw materials. See, yeah, one thing. Hey, what is the raw material for gold? What is the raw material for gold? Quartz, right? It's a stone. If you melt the stone, we'll get the pure gold. Am I clear? What is the raw material for petrol? Sorry, it's not. Petroleum is the raw material for petrol. If you purify, we'll get so many things. First thing is that white gold called as petrol, which is used in aircrafts and so on. Kerosene, petrol, cars we have here make a iron roads, right? We are having a roads, everything. For that purpose we use, and we have fuel oils, furnace oil, diesel oil. All these things are from the petroleum only. Am I clear? So those are called as the raw materials. For example, if you see the what you call coal, raw coal, it has no shape at all. It does not have no color, but it has a black color because of what you call sedimentation and so on. You can see the black only. Okay, so if you make it as a pure thing, you will get what you call. Next thing is that diamond is a sedimentary rock. You know that one, all of you. Diamond is a igneous rock.
Who gave this manual without writing the name? Any one of the boys here?
Name is the ignition.
No name, that's what. 10th boy.